Alrighty, did not participate today was Tom Compton with his calf. Full practice was Frank Kierce, and limited was Robert. We're still waiting on the written result from Robert before we move forward.
For right now, does that mean that you'll roll with Kirk as number one and Colt as number two then?
Right now, we're still waiting on the result. Until we get the result back, we can make a determination then.
You can't shut down Sue, but what are some ways you guys can help Brandon Sheriff and the other linemen in neutralizing or at least slowing him down a little bit?
That's a great question. You know, it's Sue, it's Wake, it's Vernon. They have a great front. Mitchell's doing a great job. So, I think just trying to keep him off balance. You know, quick passing game, running game, obviously. But try to give him some help if we can. But there's going to be a lot of plays where he's going to have to block him one-on-one. And it'll be a great test for him. And we're confident that he'll compete and do as good a job as he can.
Jay, with Kurt as the quarterback, is there a difference as far as the play calling? Is Sean going to be specifically calling the plays, or are you going to have more involvement in calling?
We have involvement. Sean calls the play to the quarterback, and usually I preview the plays 2 or 3 in advance, and we come up with the play call.
Jay, you obviously saw something in Kirk that led you to your decision here. This is the first time he comes into a season as the bell cow for a franchise. What's your message or your mission statement to him as far as leading the squad?
I think he just has to relax and do what he does, what he's done. I mean, he's obviously was a great quarterback in college and done some good things here. The biggest thing is he can't feel like the weight of the world is on his shoulders. He has to rely on people to help him out, take what the defense gives him, hand the ball off, get us in the right run checks, and play the position and have fun, man. And we have total confidence in Kirk. He just got to understand if it doesn't go right early that hang in there, and good things will continue to happen if he stays the course. But I think he's going to be fine. Just got to relax, try to protect him, try to get the running game going. Obviously, punt when we need to punt, and he doesn't have to do it all himself.
Jay, if I could ask a quick clarification on Robert and then squeeze in a question on another topic, I'll talk fast. You said you're waiting on the written report. Does that mean that he's had the test, and have you gotten any verbal,
Yeah, he's had a test. We've had a verbal, but I am not going to talk about the verbal.
Okay.
You know what happened last time. So
correct, yes.
We'll wait and see what happens with the written and make it official. So.
Is there any chance you'll get that written today, you think?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it should come in today, yeah.
Okay, and then the other topic is back to Compton. Given the need to, help the line as much as possible, given the challenge in store, are there any concerns about Compton being available for blocking purposes? And if not, is McCoy, is it Anthony? The new tight end McCoy available to you? Thanks.
Well, he's available. We just got to see if we can get him ready to play mentally. And we're throwing a lot at him. Wes Phillips is working with him day and night, trying to get him ready. Compton, I don't know. Right now he didn't practice today, so that's a concern. But we do have Ty to back up both tackle spots. So if Compton can't go, we got that covered. And then obviously McCoy could be an option if he can.
What did you guys like about McCoy? Obviously, he was injured the last 2 years, but what did you see that made you all feel like it was worth, picking him up, giving a roster spot?
We look like a true tight end, a true Y, a blocking tight end. He obviously has got great length, which you're looking for at the point of attack, and he can run good enough. He's had a couple injuries, like you said, but watching him on tape, he looked like he's a good long strider, gets down the field, but mainly we're looking for him in the core, blocking, for the running game, and it looked like he was very good at that. And now it's just a matter of getting him acclimated to our terminology. It's a totally different language for him, so he's just got to learn it, and as soon as he gets ready, he'll be out there.
You talked about with Kirk the need to relax and then responding to adversity. How much did you talk to him about that in the off season to help work with that aspect of his game?
We've talked to him a lot, and that's part of playing a position is the mental approach also, not just the physical. He's worked very hard on his physical tools, his fundamentals, his footwork, his arm strength. Now you have to work on your mental approach and what happens when you throw an interception. You're not going to go the whole season and not throw a pick, but when you do throw one, what happens after that? And he showed against Baltimore that he threw the pick to Suggs, that he bounced back and recovered and led the team on 2 scoring drives after that. So I think he's come a long way in that regard, but time will tell. We have high hopes, obviously.
in those conversations for you, did it help you to get a feel for what he's thinking? Because, or are you going in there wondering if this is just how he is, or is this just a result of a young guy needing to mature?
Yeah, I think it's a result of a young guy, and I've said it many times. These young quarterbacks in the league, they have such big shoes to fill with people that are playing the same position on other teams. The Peyton Mannings, Tom Brady's, Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers. You can go on and on. People are comparing. That's what they expect to see on Sunday from a young quarterback, and it's not going to happen more often than not. So it's a developmental process, and you learn from your mistakes. You move on. We feel like he's got the tools to be a very successful quarterback. Now it's just a matter of going out there and showing he can do it on a consistent basis. That's what makes average quarterbacks good quarterbacks great, is the ability to do it quarter after quarter, game after game.
Jay, back to the tight ends. We talked about McCoy, having to get up to speed. Derek Carrier hasn't been here that long either. How much extra pressure does that put on Jordan, I guess, in this situation?
A lot. We're counting on Jordan quite a bit, and I think he's up for the challenge, man. I really do. I think his body's stronger. He's in great shape. Obviously, Derek's got a lot on his plate also for only being here a couple weeks. It'll be a great challenge for that position. When we go 2 tight end sets, we go 1 tight end set. Who's it going to be? We're a little concerned, but I feel like Jordan's up for a lot of reps, but we still have to protect him a little bit. He can't play the whole 70, 80 plays of the game. We have to get Carrier going, and if McCoy can go, get him going.
And Carrier's been here longer. Where is he in terms of being up to speed?
He's good. He's a very bright guy. Picked up the offense extremely well. Ran a similar style at San Fran with Coach Harbaugh the year before, but still, when you come to a new franchise, it's like learning a new language. And there's some subtle differences in techniques and how you block outside zone, inside zone, and some of the pass concepts. But he's picked it up quite well.
Back to Kirk, one of the things he did particularly well last year was avoid taking a lot of sacks. He had a much lower sack rate than the other quarterbacks. What does he do particularly well that helps him do that, stay upright in the pocket?
I think he makes quick decisions, and gets the ball out of his hands, and then he also has a good feel for the pocket as far as moving, stepping around pressure, stepping away from pressure, and then getting the ball out. Sometimes, unfortunately, through some interceptions, because he was trying to get the ball out so quick, he wasn't exactly seeing what he's throwing sometimes, which caused him problems. Sometimes a sack is better than a pick, So I think his pocket awareness is good. We just got to make sure he sees all his throws, protects the football.
Jay, a lot of talk about their defensive line. How do you feel going into with a lot of new components on your defensive line, and specifically at left end? How do you see the rotation between Baker and Paya working out? Has Baker really kind of pushed Steven over the offseason?
Yeah, Baker's done a great job, and that's what I like about our D-line is I feel like we can keep them fresh and rotate them in there to make sure that they all get a crack at it. We're like a tag team wrestling match, man. One guy goes out, we'll tag one off, and he'll come in and wreak some havoc. So I feel really good about our rotation, whether it's 5 guys or 6 guys. We haven't decided yet. But they've all proven worthy of being in the lineup. And staying fresh is a very, very important ingredient, especially against Miami, who runs a lot of no-huddle play up tempo. So if we can alternate them drives or take them out when there's a timeout and keep them fresh, it's going to be a big advantage for us. Because they're different type of guys. Pay is a different type of player than Baker, and same with Golston, same with Knighton. They all give you something different. Hatcher. So as an offensive lineman, you see Knighton in there, and all of a sudden here comes Baker, who's quicker. So it's a good group.
Jay, have you guys established your season captains yet?
Yes, voted in special teams was Tressway, and defense was Sean Golston. Offense was Trent.
Coach, have you come any closer to deciding on your return specialists?
Yeah, we're working on it. We got another couple days here to make sure who's who and who's where, and we got some good options, which is a good thing. But we'll finalize that probably after tomorrow's practice. You don't need a mic. You could stand up though.
So, with all that's gone on with your organization the last 2 weeks,
and it begins.
Shouldn't have gone with a short joke. How anxious are you to get back to just playing football? Because you've had things happen inside and outside this building that most people would shake their heads at. I'm sure the head coach goes, "Say what?" So how anxious are you to get to just play football?
No, we're excited, man. We really are. I know our players are excited to tee it up and put that ball on the tee and kick it off and get the season started. You know, I've seen the projections. I know where everybody has us ranked, and that's great motivation for our football team, and we're looking forward to it. And, you know, being an underdog, nobody talking about us. Everybody thinks we're what we are. I think our guys are fired up to show what we're all about. And I feel good about the hard work that they put in. I feel good about them competing every single day in practice. I feel like we're getting better every time we step out on the field, so I'm excited about kicking this thing off.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.